Howdy everyone, welcome back to Wacky Wednesdays on the Combustion Gamer channel, and we are going racing here, F1 on dirt. Let's go! Alright guys, so we've got ourselves the F1 cars here on dirt. This was an interesting concept when I saw it, but I thought, hey, this sounds like a whole lot of fun, let's get it done. And these cars definitely drive very interestingly on dirt. One thing that we have to watch out for is the revs, because that will cause some major damage here. We totally get, I think we have a car that's already out of the race. Yep, he's going to have to retire as he has knocked off one of his front wheels. That's going to be a bit of an issue for him there. But we got the all-terrain tires. We opened up the radiator as much as possible. We took our RPMs down just a little bit, so hopefully that won't cause too much engine damage. But these cars do have issues with overheating, so the question is, with 10 laps on the board here, can these cars actually last all the way? That's going to be the question of the race. As you can see, these cars throw out quite a dust storm. We're here in the back at the moment, mostly because of starting position, but also we gotta wait for everybody else to make a mistake, and I'm pretty sure that one vehicle is out of the race currently. We'll have to wait and see. Yes, he is. So one car already out of the race so far, and we don't want to join him quite yet. We already got 11 damage on the front end, so not exactly what we want to see so far in this 10-lap shootout here with F1. Of course, this is the older gen F1 car, not the actual current car, so gotta make sure we mention that. But these cars certainly are quite fun to drive, and they also have that very bouncy suspension there, as you can see, as that car hit the jump in front of us. But you can see the dust fly. It's pretty thick, I gotta say that. So these cars have a lot of power, putting a lot of throttle down to the tires, and that's causing a lot of issues when it comes down to dust buildup and stuff. So that's kind of interesting to see. So we're hitting about 190 on the temperature. Got a little into him there, not too bad. Don't let him get past. So these cars can overheat pretty fast and start really building up the engine damage. So really being nice and easy as much as possible on the revs as possible, making sure that we're actually shifting and stuff is really important when it comes to driving these cars, so that we don't have any issues with the engine at the end of the race. Because currently we already got 2% engine damage. We don't really want to see that this early in the race, but it is there, so something we gotta keep an eyeball on and try to manage. As you can see, these guys are staying in a pretty tight group. We're kind of stuck here in the back because it is hard to pass with these particular cars, because you kind of don't want to pass almost. Make sure we shift here, shift again. We can get some pretty high speeds. A little bit of damage there, not too bad. So we gained ourselves a position there, but almost took off our wings. So something we gotta watch out for is damage early on in the race, because the downforce, believe it or not, is very important on this particular dirt racing. It's very important. It really does help the cars stay grounded in the dirt and the gravel. So very important to keep that downforce on the car at all times here. So this is also different because we've got 10 laps, not 6 laps, so a little bit of a different style of race here. And so far these cars really like how they handle. You can see right there that we hit the rear end, tire there, and that spun us around. You can always see we're at 215 on the temperature on the engine, 219, so that's going to start to really building up that engine damage there as we continue to hit that. So that's a bit of an issue that we're going to have to watch for as that continues to grow. We'll go ahead and take the joker lap, because at this particular point we don't have much to lose. Go ahead and shift down, make sure we turn, and of course, and we are upside down. And we've reset. So we have all of our downforce on the wing completely off now. It looks like we have 2 cars out of the race at this particular point. We have completed our joker lap. So yeah, that's we got some serious issues there. Finally was able to get the car to get flipped back over by the marshals. So thanks to them for finally helping us out there. We are 18 seconds behind where we should have been on this lap, so that's not what we wanted to see. But it's still a long race. We got a lot of temperature that could potentially cause damage to the engine, so we got to watch out for that. But yeah, we got quite a ways to go here still on this race, and we already saw 2 cars taken out completely by incidents on track, so we could potentially improve our position and get ourselves a podium if there is such a thing. And by the way, guys, if you enjoy F1 content, you can check it out over on the main channel, The Combustion Gamer, for Florida Racing, the F1 saga. You can check that out. I definitely enjoy that particular game. Lots of fun and lots of good career stuff going on over there. Lots of fun. Finally figuring out how that game works and the mechanics of the driving. And it's become a pretty fun game. I like it. So check it out over there. Here we go, guys, going up and over. So these cars definitely have an interesting way of jumping, especially with the downforce. I think that probably contributes a little bit to it, even though we're not hitting that much of speed. So are we gaining on anybody? Everyone's about, what is that, 13 seconds ahead of us. We are slowly gaining engine damage as we're running at 260 on the engine temp, so that's not helpful. See if we can run at a lower RPM. I don't think that's really going to help us out, unfortunately. Unfortunately not, we're just building that engine damage slowly, so just like, unfortunately, just try to keep the car going and see what we can do. We got one guy ahead of us who still has to take the Joker lap, and that has turned out not to work out too good for some of the guys, so that could potentially become his grave for the race if he takes it at the wrong time and at the wrong speed. As we hit 11% damage on the engine, 12% damage. We are really racking up the damage on the engine there, as it is really starting to climb the damage board there. So that's interesting to continue to watch as we continue to try and run the best lap that we can here. But yeah, not much we can do once that engine starts climbing like that to be able to save it. Unfortunately, it's basically dead at that point. So we're about to come by and hit the final lap here. And someone has wrecked out because we are now in 3rd position. So we are going to get that podium at the moment. I would take the Joker lap, but I can't. I already took it. So will someone else rack out, please, and give us the win? As I said, it's more of an endurance race for these cars because you have that issue where the engine temps really do start rising. So easily to wreck yourselves out by hitting one of these walls, rip off that tire. You really can't finish. And also the other thing as well is if you do try to continue, you're just going to overheat the engine and really destroy your stuff because of the high acceleration and RPMs you're going to have to continue to stay at for the duration. So we will get ourselves a podium here, even though the engine's about to expire basically. But still, really good race, and we've got ourselves a podium here in F1 on dirt. Alrighty guys, so we'll give ourselves a little bit of watch here of how the F1 cars drive. Definitely very aggressive here, as you can tell, on dirt. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. I definitely would say that this could be a pretty fun type of race. I would kind of enjoy to see a bunch of these different cars try switching things up. Obviously you have the prestigious snobs that would say that it's not real racing, but I beg to differ. I think it really proves your talent if you can race on multiple surfaces with a car that may not have been designed for such surfaces, but that's my opinion. So my opinion is worth to me quite a lot. To anyone else, probably not that much, so we'll get on that. But still, definitely fun to drive these cars. With all-terrain tires, you're not getting as much grip, so it does make the car a little bit looser, but with the downforce, it really does make it a very unique racing experience on dirt. Also, with how fast the car drives by itself, it's also an interesting experience racing these cars on dirt as well. So anyways guys, I just thought it was a fun thing to do, and I enjoyed it, so hopefully you guys did too. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget to check out Track Day merch, because every day is Track Day, and we'll see you guys here next time with another Wacky Wednesday video. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. Bye bye.